Good morning, my friends. What is up? It is your friend and pal Seth. My pronouns are he and they. I want to welcome you into our morning inspiration, your morning inspiration video for the day. If we are keeping track of the number, and guess what we are, because that's just what we do here. It's because it's so freaking fun to do it. It is day number 142 of our morning inspiration videos. I cannot believe that 142 videos, y'all. Woo! I love it, love it, love it. All right. In addition to it being day number 142, guess what, y'all? It is Friday. Friday. Yes, it is Friday. I promise I won't get that song in your head. So, yes, it is Friday. And I like to call Fridays fantastic Fridays, fabulous Fridays, feel good Fridays, all that. So I will wish you a happy, fantastic, feel good, fabulous, all of that Friday. And actually ask you the question, how are you going to make this day fantastic, fabulous, and leave you just feeling amazing and feeling good? All right, so there you go. So inside of this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about what we're going to be discussing inside of our community practice that meets this morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you draw your attention then to that cute little ticker on the bottom, join our community practice Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you, my friend, would like to join us for today, you can get with me down in the comments below this video and let me know. Get with me on social media and let me know. Or if you got the link to this video via an email, and you do not have the Zoom link, you can reply back to the email and say, Seth, I don't have the Zoom link. I want to come to group today. I'd say, number one, I'd say, first, you don't have the Zoom link, baby. We got to remedy that shiznit, okay? So then what I would do is I would send you the Zoom link. Okay, so there we go. And you can come on the group and enjoy. All right, so there we go. So for today, we have our Journey of Strength group. And the topic for today is, it ain't easy. Do right, woman. Do right, man. Already love it. And our songs for inspiration, our songs for inspiration for today, we have It Ain't Easy by Ron Davies and Do Right Woman, Do Right Man by the incomparable and fabulous Aretha Franklin. All right, y'all, two incredible songs for today. If you get a chance to listen to them, download the lyrics. They are some incredibly powerful and really, really fun too. Really awesome songs for today. All right, definitely. So we are keeping up with our circle of control exercise throughout the month of September and pretty much every single day of our lives, looking at what is inside of our control and what is outside of our control. Okay, this is something that's always really, really important to always figure out what is in our control and what's not. So one thing I will ask you for today is, what is one thing that is in your control that you can take responsibility for today? Today's group is going to be very interesting. It's also, again, going to be getting very deep and everything. One of the things we were doing in yesterday's group was looking at some journal prompts about awakening your inner child and everything, and looking at what that is and everything. And that was really, really powerful yesterday. So today, one of the things we're going to be looking at today is looking at different types of journaling, because literally there are a million different ways to actually journal and get out our thoughts and everything. And there's a quote that's actually included today inside the program that I actually wanted to tell you all about. It says, journaling is paying attention to the inside for the purposes of living well from the inside out. And that is by Lee Wise. So we're going to be looking at all these amazing, amazing types of journaling. Journaling can be sometimes more than, just writing stuff out and, opening a book and writing something out and then closing the book and then continuing on your merry way. Okay. One of the things I always like to do, and I learned this from my incredible mentor, Angus, is about journaling out loud. Just like doing videos and everything and talking about your thoughts and talking about, just a lot of things. And again, it was something that really, really helped me a lot inside of my wellness and everything. And again, that's just one way. Okay, so we're going to be looking at some different types of journaling today and kind of how they can actually help us. And if you have any types of journaling that you do on a daily basis that help you and everything, put them down in the comments if you feel comfortable. I'd love to, hear about the types of journaling that you do on a daily basis. All right, in order to help you inside of your wellness. All right, so another thing we're actually going to be talking about is this concept of talking about mental health. Now, I'm not going to estimate, how long it's been or anything like that, but I'm willing to kind of wager and guess that the concept or talking about mental health has not been something that has been widely accepted, let's just say. I know in like some places it may be considered something that may be taboo. I know in some places and in some different cultures, people just don't talk about it at all. Again, because there are these certain stereotypes about it and everything. But so what we're going to be looking at today is some of the reasons and some of the hurdles that some of us may go through when it comes to talking about mental health. And it could be, as I said, because of like negative stereotypes. It could be because of what a lot of people say, or it could be some internal things that some of us may be going through. Like, for example, for me, it was actually very hard for me to sometimes talk about my mental health because I didn't want to seem weak. I had thought, I talk about my mental health and I then start asking for help, I'm going to be seen as a burden. I'm going to be seen as this, as that, all of that, and that was like, like a stopgap for me. And I actually had stopped talking about my mental health for a while and just kept a lot of my feelings and everything inside. So, but again, so we're going to be talking about, kind of different ways that we can actually talk about mental health, but also some of the ways that it does stop us and everything, and actually kind of looking at ways that we can get out of that, sometimes get out of those, thoughts and everything, and start really talking about mental health and start having these open discussions. And another thing we're going to be talking about today is right here, the power of our stories. When we start talking about our mental health, when we start taking ownership of our stories and the things that we have been through and start talking about them and everything, talking about our recovery, talking about the skills that we're doing, all of that, what happens is it may actually be something that may be instrumental or very influential for somebody else, And that's, I think, where the real true power is, that we can make an incredible difference on other people by, just talking about our stories, talking about things that we are going through, but also focusing again on one of the things that we really focus on in our in our community of practice is this concept of talking about what's strong and not what's wrong. So focusing on our strengths and everything, and on things that we can do, to enrich our wellness and the things that we're doing in order to get better. It's going to be a very powerful group today. We're going to be talking about the power of our stories, talking about mental health. We're going to be talking about the different types of journaling. Again, we're going to be keeping up with the circle of control exercise, figuring out what's in our control and what's not, and then also just listening to our incredible songs as well. So it is going to be a powerful group today. All right, y'all. So I will leave you with from the Wellness and Life Advice document by Will and Jen under the heading of 20 Life Lessons. The advice for today, kind of going in line with what we've been talking about today, what we're going to be talking about, is keep a journal, become a better thinker and writer. So I will leave you to reflect on that. All right. So that will about do it for your morning inspiration, your morning inspiration video for the day. I will say, don't quit before the miracle happens, my babies. Find ways to keep moving forward because you are amazing. You're worth it. Let's join hands and do this together. Okay. I'll also say, stay positive, stay motivated, stay focused on your amazing, huge, big dreams and goals, my friends. All right. Thank you so much for watching our morning inspiration, your morning inspiration video for the day. And I will see you. Hey, you. Ooh. God, you cute. How you doing? What you doing later? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I lost my head there. Okay. So I will see you, you little cutie. Okay. With that beautiful mug of yours in the morning inspiration video for tomorrow.